Revealing he thinks immigration raids have not gone far enough and is blaming liberal judges for getting in the way of his agenda.
Because you have to get the people out, you have to look at the people. Many of them are murderers. Many of them are people that were thrown out of their countries because they were, criminals.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, arrested several people in the greater Austin area.
President Trump expressed frustration that immigration raids have not gone far enough, blaming liberal judges for obstructing his agenda, declaring that dangerous individuals, murderers and criminals expelled from their own countries, must be removed to protect America. In the wake of these remarks, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, arrested multiple individuals in the greater Austin area, coinciding with the unsealing of a historic federal indictment against 33 defendants involved in a decade-long drug trafficking conspiracy. The network had smuggled massive quantities of fentanyl and other narcotics across borders, poisoning communities and endangering lives. Authorities uncovered more than $14 million in drugs and weapons, but beneath that discovery lay a deeper rot, one that pierced into the heart of government itself. The investigation revealed that behind this vast criminal enterprise stood one of Mexico's most feared cartel figures, Marta Alicia Mendez Aguilar, known in the underworld as Lady Diabla. Long thought to be hiding in Mexico, she had been living openly in Texas, hosting charity events, signing state contracts, and posing for photos with unsuspecting officials. Her network operated through a shocking alliance with Ethan Mallory, a high-ranking Texas state official now accused of betraying his oath and selling his office's authority to the cartel. When federal agents stormed his marble-floored state office, they found methamphetamine, fentanyl, and modified rifles hidden among official documents, evidence that corruption had not seeped in from the outside but grown from within. Mallory's home told the same story. 96 firearms, 40,000 rounds of ammunition, and millions in narcotics were discovered in his basement, a suburban fortress disguised as a family residence. Encrypted communications linked Mallory directly to Lady Diabla, revealing how he used state logistics systems to move fentanyl and meth north under the guise of interdepartmental cargo, while funneling rifles and tactical equipment south to Mexican cartels under false state permits. This was not just a trafficking network. It was proof of a symbiotic pipeline between government infrastructure and organized crime. As dawn broke, Mallory's arrest triggered a massive coordinated response. Operation Iron Veil Phase 3. From a DEA command trailer in San Antonio, orders were issued to cut off the cartel state network before it could vanish. Helicopters lifted into the pale morning, armored convoys swept across Texas highways, and the first strike hit a warehouse in El Paso, disguised as an agricultural supply facility. A breach charge shattered the silence, unleashing a 2-minute, 47-second firefight that ended with 7 cartel gunmen down and 1 wounded federal agent pulled to safety. Behind the gunfire and debris, agents found the true lifeblood of the operation. Evidence mapping a clandestine system that had fused political power with cartel logistics. What began as a local arrest had become a revelation of national consequence. Corruption rooted not in distant cartels alone, but within the institutions meant to fight them. A fleet of long-haul semi-trucks, each equipped with false walls, lead-lined compartments, and advanced shielding designed to evade X-ray detection, crisscrossed the nation carrying tons of narcotics under the guise of legitimate commerce. This was not street-level trafficking. It was a display of military-grade logistics, precision, scale, and cold intent. The second major raid struck Laredo, targeting a freight depot registered as Riverstone Freight. There was no gunfire this time, only silence and workers who kept their eyes fixed on the ground as federal agents moved in. In a cramped administrative office, investigators uncovered route logbooks, burner phones, black ledger envelopes, and shipment manifests connecting deliveries to more than 30 U.S. states. Each route began in Texas. Each manifest appeared legitimate. Within 72 hours, federal authorities had arrested over 800 individuals, not just traffickers, but traffic officers, freight brokers, a sheriff's deputy, and even a city coroner who had approved expedited transports. What stunned investigators was not the scale of the corruption, but its ordinariness. Warehouses with perfect paperwork, trucks that passed every inspection, shipments that appeared authorized at every level. The system did not resemble organized crime. It mirrored bureaucratic efficiency. That night, inside a secure operations center west of Austin, federal commanders watched the network collapse in real time, transmission by transmission, county by county. Amid the chaos, one truth emerged. La Diablo had built an empire so sophisticated it passed for legitimacy, and somewhere she was still in motion. Long before the raids, before Ethan Mallory's arrest, before any headlines, her infrastructure had already taken root, quietly, patiently, beneath the surface like roots beneath concrete, unseen until the day the pavement cracked. Analysts concluded that La Diablo was not a typical cartel boss. She was a strategist. Every smuggling route had a diversion. Every front company had a backup identity. Every contingency had another layer waiting to replace it. And when the raids concluded, Texas did not simply return to normal. The streets did not quiet. The headlines did not fade. What had been revealed was not a scandal. It was a reckoning. For decades, Americans were told the threat came from beyond the border, from deserts and highways and shadows. But this case shattered that illusion. The danger had never been far away. It had walked through the front doors of government buildings, signed official documents, and attended ribbon cuttings wearing a tailored suit and a wedding ring. For many watching, especially older generations, the shock was not fear, but betrayal. Because trust in government is not just belief in authority, it is faith in the existence of moral boundaries that no one dares to cross. Yet those lines were crossed quietly, politely, with stamped paperwork and nodding approval. In town halls across the state, one question echoed: how does a cartel queen become the first lady of a state office? The answer was not cinematic, it was bureaucratic. No alarms, no scandals, just 1,000 small compromises. A favor granted, a background check skipped, a policy exception made just this once. Corruption does not roar, it whispers. As investigators dug deeper, they discovered the state itself had been repurposed. Courier networks, procurement channels, vehicle fleets, interdepartmental mail systems, all tools designed to serve the public, had been turned into conduits for poison. The question grew larger than Texas. If the mechanisms of power can be redirected so easily, who truly controls them? If the symbols of authority can be worn like costumes, how do we recognize the enemy? And if those sworn to protect become the instruments of harm, who guards the guardians? Lawmakers promised reforms, committees convened, oversight boards assembled, policies rewritten, but paper cannot rebuild trust. Trust is rebuilt in the quiet spaces between crises when no one is watching. The people of Texas, especially those who remember a different America, now see their nation differently, not as a fortress to be guarded from the outside, but as a home that must be defended from within. Because corruption did not merely violate the law, it violated a promise. And promises once broken cannot simply be repaired, they must be rebuilt. So now, across every courthouse, office, and flagpole, one question lingers. Will we rebuild stronger, wiser, more vigilant? Or will we forget until the next empire grows in silence? The answer will not come from officials or press conferences. It will come from citizens willing to pay attention. The story of Ethan Mallory and La Diablo is more than an investigation or a headline. It is a mirror held to power itself, reminding us that laws cannot defend a nation alone. Only people can. Those who refuse complacency, who question, who watch when silence would be easier. The agents who carried out these raids did more than confront traffickers. They confronted the illusion that authority is automatically righteous. They stood amid the ruins of trust and began the slow work of rebuilding it. That work continues not with them, but with us. Because corruption does not begin with noise, and it will not end with it. It begins quietly, and only vigilance can silence it. And so it ended, not with a single arrest or a final raid, but with a reckoning that left an entire state staring into the mirror of its own institutions. The empire La Diablo built was dismantled piece by piece, its logistics unraveled, its disguises stripped away, but the echoes of what it revealed still lingered. In the aftermath, The headlines faded and the public's attention drifted, yet those who had seen the truth could not unsee it. For beneath the uniforms, the offices, and the laws lies something more fragile: the trust that holds a nation together. When that trust is betrayed, no operation, no reform, no proclamation can restore it overnight. It must be rebuilt slowly through vigilance, honesty, and the refusal to look away. Because power, when left unchecked, will always test the boundaries of its own authority. And in the quiet between crises, when the lights dim and the cameras turn away, that is when the real defense of a nation begins. Not in its walls or weapons, but in the conscience of its people. The story of Ethan Mallory and La Diablo may be over, but its lesson endures. Corruption is not an invasion from without, it is a choice from within. And the strength of a country is measured not by how it hides its darkness, but by how courageously it brings it into the light.